Hey, Mike Risko here from Mike Risko Music, and I want to answer some questions for you guys. A lot of people are asking if I'm going to start playing guitar, or my kid's going to start playing guitar, what kind of guitar should I get? What size guitar? And a lot of questions. So I want to sort of clear all that up. So behind me, I have a whole selection of guitars I might recommend to somebody to start with, and I want to talk about a few things first. You can start on an electric guitar or an acoustic guitar. And your acoustic guitar can be a steel string or it can be a nylon string. Years ago, people used to talk about starting on a nylon string because the strings are easier on a kid's fingertips or on an adult's fingertips for that matter. But the problem with that is on a nylon string guitar like this, a standard nylon string guitar, the neck is 2 inches wide and it's wider and more difficult to hold. So that's the way people used to do it. Now these days they make hybrid necks that are thinner. But the manufacturers have gotten so good at making guitars, you can get an inexpensive steel string guitar and the strings are really low, close to the fingerboard, and they're really easy to play. It's a more popular sound. So that's what we sell the most of, a steel string for beginners. So let's start right at the beginning. Actually, one other thing, a lot of people have an old guitar, which any guitar that you have with 6 strings, whether it's nylon or steel or whatever you have, you can start with it. Just has to have 6 strings on it and be in good playing condition. Typically, nylon strings have a slotted headstock. There's like a hole here, okay? Like this one also, that's a nylon string. A steel string does not have that design. Now, once in a while, you will find a steel string like this that does have a slotted headstock, okay? So, but this one, if you notice in the slotted headstock, the posts in here are steel, unlike these are plastic. And you cannot put nylon strings on a steel string guitar, and you cannot put steel strings on a nylon string guitar. All right, that's one of the ways to tell is the slotted headstock. The other thing is if you look at this guitar closely, you will see the strings on the top are nylon. They're like basically like plastic material. And these here, although there's a steel wrap around a nylon core, that's still considered a nylon string. Steel strings, would be this style guitar, okay? A lot of times the strings are bronze color and they're basically metal. So let's start with the least expensive, smallest guitar. This is a half-size nylon string guitar, $109 for this guitar. This is great for a kid who's like 5, 6. If you don't want to spend a lot and you just want to get something to get started with, this is fine, okay? Stays in tune pretty well. That's a great guitar to start with. If the child is big enough to get this, this is one of my favorite guitars. We sell a lot of these. This is great for a kid who's like 6, 7, 8 years old. When the kid sits with the guitar properly like this, as long as they're sitting right and holding it right, as we discussed in another video, and this part of the neck is close to them, as long as they can reach this area, they're fine. And this is a great little guitar by Alvarez. We sell a lot of these. This is $219, and it comes with actually a really nice gig bag. So that's a great place to start for a kid. This also makes a great travel guitar for an adult. You know, small, you can bring it around. Next up, we have this. This guitar is also by Alvarez and comes with a gig bag as well. This is $349. This has a solid top on it, so this piece of wood is a solid piece of spruce. It sounds bigger. You can hear it even like this. This has a deeper, richer sound to it. The body's a little bit bigger. And this has an electric tuner built in, so when you hit this button, you have a built-in tuner, and you can tune your guitar string. And it tells you when it's in tune, it lights up green. So you can plug it into an amplifier, and this is a great sounding guitar. So that's a great guitar, and again, it comes with the gig bag, $349. Now we go to here. For an adult, this is the most popular guitar that we sell. Also, again, by Alvarez, one of my favorite brands. I play an Alvarez myself. And this is a what they call a folk body, so the body's not too big, but a kid or an adult could play this, maybe a kid who's 10, 11, 12, or an adult, a cutaway, so you can access higher frets. Also has a pickup, so you can plug in, but even if you're not ready to plug in yet, you can use the built-in tuner, which is really convenient. Now we move over to here. This is to $59. This is $299. This one also comes with a case. This one is the Artist Series by Alvarez. Does not come with a case. It has a matte finish, built-in pickup, and this here, I keep looking for a pick and I don't have one. This has a much bigger, warmer sound than this one. This one, if you listen to this, it works great, plays great, but this one for another $50 without a case. You get a kind of a warmer sound, and the neck is a little flatter on that one too. This is a nylon string guitar that's like, I think, $239 or something like that. But any of these would be great. Now, you can also start on an electric guitar. This is an inexpensive $199 electric guitar by Ibanez, one of our very favorite brands. You do have to plug this in. You can play it acoustically, but it's not very loud. This is a really cool little amp by Boss. You can buy an adapter to plug it in, but it uses 6 AA batteries. And just pop that in there, plug into it, and this is a really cool little amp. It also gets distorted if you want more of a rock, and even more distorted. And it has delay in it as well. So that's a neat little thing to start with. This is $99. This guitar is $199, and of course, they go up from there. And I just wanted to show you, before we're done, my first 2 guitars I still have, which are right here. This is my trusty Epiphone acoustic guitar that I bought in probably 1976 or something like that. And then my second guitar was this electric guitar that I bought actually in this store. This is a '79 Les Paul. Actually, I bought it from a friend of mine who bought it in the store. And that's what you got to do, kids. You got to practice. That's from my thumb wearing all the paint away from practicing for hours and hours and hours. And now you have time to do it. So if you guys have any questions about any of that and you want to get started, you can also get yourself a couple little accessories if you want to help your practicing. And of course, I wrote a series of guitar books. We got Mike Risko Book A, my very generic names, but they are great books, best on the market. And then we have the Book 1. This is for maybe a kid just starting who's maybe up to 10, 11 years old. Teenagers through adults can start with this one. This is a little clip-on tuner that clips on the head of the guitar to help you tune. And of course, we'll throw in some picks. And if you purchase anything from us for this week and next week, you get a free mini guitar lesson from me. All right, great guys. Thank you. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us. Mike Risko Music, 914-762-8757. See you next time.